All right, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network has come out with some clarifications just today. Frequently asked questions regarding suspicious activity reports. A couple of things they're talking about here. Let me get to the third thing they're talking about here. No, sorry about that. The fourth thing they're talking about here. No SAR documentation. Is a financial institution required to document the decision not to file a SAR? Let's take a look what they say here. No. So you've done your investigation. You're not going to file a report. Let me talk directly to people doing mortgage investigations. You are going to check out cash, credit, debts, employment, and income, and there are going to be hard lies that people tell you. Those get reported. That is mortgage fraud. You're either going to document it or you're not. Easy call. But then you get into two spongy areas. You get into appraised value and occupancy. And there, with occupancy, you're going to need to look at the intent of the borrower, and that may be a coin toss. You may not be convinced that they were lying to you. Something may have happened with that borrower that prevented them from moving in. What would be one of those things? Well, how about they're in the military and they got shipped out? That wasn't their fault. They intended to occupy the property and they got shipped out. So that you may decide to not file a SAR on. What they're telling you here is that there is no requirement or expectation under the BSA for a financial institution to document its decision not to file a SAR. Does that mean you're just going to be able to write, nope, not filing? I trust you'll come up with some more professional language than that. But nope, we looked at it, we're not filing. Okay, that's possible now. Note that we've jumped into the type of misrep that could be subjective. Valuations can be subjective. Intent to occupy can be subjective. So if you're not going to file a SAR after investigation, I suspect most times it's going to be related to occupancy. Why isn't it going to be related to income or assets? Yeah, you might have those, but there you've got dead bang proof that somebody committed fraud. If you find that you have an error, then you're not going, you investigated, you find you have an error in the income, assets, employment, etc., then you choose not to file. And that's what you're going to document. So what they're telling you here is that if you make a decision not to file a SAR, you don't have to document it with much care. Let's take a look at this last statement here. In most cases, a short, concise statement documenting financial institutions' SAR decision will likely suffice. Try and come up with something better than, nope, we're not doing it, but that's what they're telling you. Now, is that going to rub your regulator the wrong way? Maybe. I still advise you to have solid policies and procedures underneath your decision making. Write out what might tilt your investigation into, no, we're not reporting this. Occupancy. Go through the various ways where you may have investigated somebody's occupancy and determined that no, they didn't lie to you. You had sickness, divorce, job loss, military transfer. Write those things out, and if you find those, then you have documented your thought process in your policies and procedures, and you're not going to have to show your work, as it were, when you get done with this math problem. You'll just be able to say, we're not filing. All right, this is getting a lot of chatter, a lot of people commenting on LinkedIn on this particular item. Look forward to hearing from you and your comments, especially as to how this quote change or clarification may affect your internal operations vis-a-vis your relationship with your regulators.